Hey heroes, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge, and today we're looking at a new game that released about 2 weeks ago called Nine Kings. It's a fast-paced roguelike kingdom builder where each turn you'll improve your kingdom and repel one of 9 different factions. If you survive, you'll get to draft a card, usually from that faction's deck, and then the whole sequence starts again. We'll have to survive about 20 plus rounds that get increasingly more challenging, and at the end, face off against the enemy king and their army. If we succeed, we can start a new run using perks we earn from leveling up, or continuing in an endless mode. Let's jump right in and see what this is all about. Okay, so this is the first thing you're going to see when you start a new game. You're going to get to pick one of 9 kings, technically 7 right now, because 2 aren't available yet. Today, I'm going to play as the King of Blood, which has a specific theme, but we'll talk about it as we play. But basically, it shows you at the start who are or what are the cards in your main deck. As you play, you're going to level up your specific king, which will give you perk points each level, which you can use to invest. I've invested in Cultist, which gives me 1 additional imp card in hand per rank. Imps are weak, fast, plentiful units. And then we have demon altars, which are buildings which spawns demons depending on what level they are. It will dictate how many demons will spawn. And these demons that are summoned at the beginning of battle will become stronger and stronger whenever any of your units die. So that works well with the imp cards because the imps have pretty low health. I put points into here, Politician, which will give me 1 Royal Decree. You'll see what happens. And Persistent will give me 2 free rerolls. So let's go back since I can't spend anything. There are quite a few different difficulties, as low as or as easy as Peasant and as high as Count. I've been able to defeat it on Baron difficulty, but not, I actually haven't tried Count yet. So we can actually try the hardest difficulty today. Let's just do Baron, actually. The year is 709, and basically it's going to show you your enemies, which, as you can see, was a purple king, a gray king, and kind of like a rebellion for your own type of faction. So as you can see here, this is the battlefield. It's actually a 5x5 field, but you have to expand your domain first. Periodically, at the very top here, there will be an event which allows you to expand for free. There will be other cards that allow us to expand as well. So the very first card you have to place at the beginning of any map is your what's considered a castle. So for the King of Blood, it's called the Pagoda, and its special ability is that it will summon imps onto the battlefield. A certain amount, a growing amount after each year, because we're on year 1. At about year 30-ish, I think, that's when we face off against a boss or like a king. So I'm going to place the Pagoda over here in this corner because, placement is important because the enemy army is going to spawn over here, and their goal is to destroy your army. And then once they destroy your army, they're going to walk towards you or march towards your castle. And actually, the closer your castle is to the battlefield, the less time it'll take them. So usually, it's always best to put your castle in the back. You normally start off with 3 cards at the beginning of the game, but I remember I had that skill that gave me some additional cards. So as you can see here, imps. Imps are fast, aggressive troops with many small units. There is a mangler. This is a turret. It's an area effect turret where every year it's going to sacrifice an adjacent unit per level to gain 2 damage. Most buildings can only level get up to level 3, and they start off at level 1. So as you can see, I have 2 demon altars, one here and one in this corner. They're both at level 1, and it tells you it summons 1 demon per level, and for each dead ally in a battle, it grows permanently 0.5% stronger, meaning that the health and damage will increase over time. So they'll be a much stronger unit than the imp. So I'm actually going to place the imp right here so that you can see the difference between the demon and the imp. So look here, the health is 12, damage is 1.5. It hits every 0.67 seconds, and crit chance of 5. So obviously the demon is significantly stronger, but because it's only level 1, it's only going to summon 1 demon, versus, as you can see here, we have 13 imps. So I'm going to go ahead and place the imps like this. I could, or if you have a matching card or a card that says level up, you can place a card on top of an existing stack of that's identical, and it'll level it up. So I can use this imp card and place it on one of the existing armies, and that'll bring it from level 1 to 2, increasing its stats. But for the idea or strategy I have in mind, which I'm hoping will work today, I'm going to try to have a huge imp army. So I'm going to go like this. And your turn is automatically done when you only have 2 cards left in your hand. And that went really fast. I should have really slowed that down. But basically, once your turn is done, it'll then have an auto combat, which went really fast because I had such a huge starting army. So as you can see, after you complete your battle, it will give you a choice of 3 cards that you can draft. You can also reroll, and usually for money. But remember, I had that skill point that gives 2 free rerolls. And usually the loot that you pick is usually from the faction that you fought. So we fought the Stone King, so we get some of the stone. We get to choose one of the stone cards. I could have, of course, reroll, and I might get some of my own faction cards instead, but it's all chance. I'm saving my rerolls for something more important though. So I am going to get actually the Flame Tower, I think. So I'm going to put the Flame Tower over here, and this is all strategy right now. Let's slow this down. Let's slow it down so that you can actually see the enemies over here. And once again, there's very few enemies right now compared to mine, but that will change. There will be maybe a point where there will be more enemies than my own defenders. So here we go. Here is another battle 1, and as we can see, I have a wall to place walls around my kingdom, but enemies can smash your wall. A trapper, which is a unit that builds traps that inflicts damage, and they will accumulate over time. So a trapper is good to get very early in the game, which technically is now. Or I can get a trebuchet. It's a tower building, and it shoots 1 extra projectile per construction in your kingdom. So I am not going to touch the treb. I think I might actually go trapper. And what I actually might do is I'm going to go trapper and put it in the middle. And I'm going to show you why. So as you can see, we're facing the King of Spells per the bottom right. The bottom right and left tells you how many units are left. So they only have 3, 2, 1. Where the battle's already done. My army's huge, but that's only because of the perk points that I spent, and because I'm level 6 in this king. So it's significantly easier. That's the roguelike nature of it. So since we fought the King of Spells, we get to pick King of Spells related loot. So we got kind of like a buff that we can apply to 1 unit or 1 stack of units. Static. Units attacks trigger a lightning chain, dealing 1 damage and 1 chain per stack. And that is actually really weak, but this works really well with the imps because they attack quickly, and you can stack this static. So you can deal a lot of damage and chain it. Or we can get a library. where every year it has a 50% chance of duplicating an enchantment. This is an enchantment of an adjacent troop. So this might be good, but I found that I don't believe it's a 50% chance. It's a little bit less than 50%. It doesn't feel 50%. And then there's a warlock. So this is kind of like the King of Spells tank unit. It's a sturdy troop that deals melee area damage. I am going to go for static right now. And now this is a royal decree. Remember, during my perk selection, I get one additional royal decree. So I have 4 rather than 3. And you can reroll this. And I am going to try to push my luck. I'm looking for one that will turn all stacks of units into tier 3 imps. Because remember, right now they're tier 1. There we go. Transmutation. I'm so lucky. So all active allied troops are replaced with level 3 imps. So if you took a look, if you remember, the health was at 12 and the damage was like 1.5. So I've basically doubled the damage, and my health is about 50% more. Not to mention, I think we had 39. I can't remember if there were 39 imps initially. And now that's kind of changed things. You know what I was hoping to do? I was hoping to use sacrifice on the trapper that was in the middle. And basically what it says is destroy target plot. So it'll destroy any units on there, and it'll level up all adjacent. So by sacrificing one unit, I would have leveled up three stacks of imps, but that's not really needed right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply static to this set of imps right now. Once again, it goes to auto battle. As you can see, the army is getting slightly bigger, but once again, due to my initial perks, we heavily overwhelmed them. So once again, we got the Trebs, we got the Ballista. It's a ranged troop that shoots huge bolts with piercing damage. So ballistas are very powerful, but they usually get to shoot only once or twice a battle. So if you got a very good tanks, the ballista's good, and it's good for like mid game. But at the end, you're gonna see I'm gonna be winning, and then I'm gonna lose just almost immediately. So this is one of my favorite cards though, Earthworks. It unlocks target adjacent plots, and it returns up to 3 copies of that card to your hand. So let's remove that, and I am going to actually so this is so I'm gonna remove maybe this one over here, this Earthworks. And as you can see, it puts the Demon Altar card back into my hand, but it has also freed up the 2 adjacent slots. So now I can have more units there. I'm going to, and see now I can put the Demon Altar here, here. I can even stack it on here. So I'm going to show you how we level up. So all you have to do is take a duplicate card of an existing card and put it on top. So now it's level 2. And as you can see, we're now facing the Blood Rebellion. So remember, we're the Blood faction, and you could face off against a rebellion. And this is why, actually this is not why. So we have some options. Pagoda, remember that's to upgrade our castle, which doesn't give us more health or anything like that. It allows us to summon more imps if I upgrade it. There's Carnage, an enchantment where when the unit explodes, it deals 10% of its health as area damage, which normally is good, but you need obviously a unit with a ton of health, and imps are not that. And I don't really know whether Carnage will hurt their own friends. I haven't been able to test that out yet. So this is what I was looking for. Cemetery. It's a building where an adjacent unit, if an adjacent unit dies in battle, it summons an imp to fight its place. So this is the blessing year. So basically, it's going to select a target randomly, and then it's going to give this bonus here. Doubles the hit points of a card in the target plot in the year of the prophecy. So nine years from now. And this is year what? I don't even see it. I wasn't paying attention. Crap. There was supposed to be a flashing thing. But basically, if you build a unit and on year, I guess 15, on year 15, if you have that unit on that spot, it'll get the bonus, which would be double HP. So question is, what do I want to do? What I want to do is I want to get that same earthwork card, pull these imps off this middle area, and place the cemetery right here. And it will affect each or all 4 stacks of the imps. If I put it here in this spot, as you can see here, it'll only affect 1 stack. Or I could put it right here and it'll affect at least 2. So that's not bad. I'm going to do that right now. So whenever this stack or this stack a unit dies, a replacement imp will spawn. But it is a weaker version with only 12 health and the 1.5 damage. So fighting the King of Spells, we got Offering, it's kind of like just a direct spell, which destroys a target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. We got a building, a tower, basically a healing tower, or combustion. This will cause the unit to cause area damage equal to 20% of its attack value, which for a imp, once again, is not that great. So I'm actually going to get Offering, and I think I'm going to destroy this flame tower. I did play a Stone King run just before this, and these flame towers, when leveled up, and then with a certain building that increases the tower damage, it was doing 1.5 million damage. I think every 10 hits. So 15 million damage a second. So which is crazy. So I'm just gonna destroy it though. It doesn't really work for what I want. And I am going to let's see, procreate. I got a lot of cards that I don't like. Now, I'm looking at the top here, and right here, I want to have some extra money at this stage. So you know what I'll actually do? Since my army is so big, I'm going to put some cards into my well here. I'm going to discard some cards, and this will give me 9 gold per. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of sacrifice. And the question is, what next? I'm going to not discard this one, and I'm going to increase. So you don't know what procreate does. I should explain. Basically, procreate is a nature spell, even though we haven't encountered it. But they will add 9 units to the selected troops. So remember, these are all stacks of 39 for all the imps. So I'm going to add 9 to one of the stacks. So we're facing off against the Blood Rebellion again, and we are really taking them out, which is good for us in the sense that it's low difficulty, but at the same time it's bad because what do we want? We want actually our own imps to be dying, maybe kind of very close fights, so that our demons are getting stronger. Our demons are not getting very strong because none of our imps on our side are dying very quickly. So I have a few options. I don't like any of the options, so I'll go for Pagoda. So this year we get to choose which additional king we want to face off against, and I'm going to go with King of Nature. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and procreate another stack of imps. And as you can see, we're facing off against the King of Nature. They have boars, they have mycelium, and they have sniper elves, which I know you can't really tell from the type of graphics. I just know from playing the game. So we face off against King of Nature. We get King of Nature cards as part of our loot. I am going to pick Clone. Why? Clone, basically clone the card of the selected plot. So what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is I am going to clone the cemetery, And now I'll place a cemetery in this corner here. So now we have technically 3 stacks that are affected by the cemetery, which is great. So we're going to face off against Blood Rebellion. And notice in the top right, I can increase the speed. But because my army is so big, the fight goes by quite quickly already. Okay, so we got some interesting options. I like them all. I am going to go for Demon Altar. I'm going to go with Demon Altar because the way that it's set up right now, I'm running out of space. But in year, I guess, 12, we'll have the Tower event where we get to expand our kingdom by one square. So we get to pick any location for free to expand. So I'm going to just pick Demon Altar for now. And now it's the Merchant event. So I can see if I can purchase something that I want. I don't like anything here, though. So I'm going to reroll. Free reroll. And nothing good still. I don't like a lot of the options. Do I want to reroll? I'll pay one more reroll because I had all that extra money. So let's see. I'm going to go with the Demon Altar. I don't have to buy. I can just leave, but I'll get the Demon Altar. And that is it. Okay, that's it. So I got 4 cards in my hand now. So that means I can play 2 cards this turn before battle starts. Because remember, battle automatically starts once you only have 2 cards in your hand. So I am going to go and, you know what I'll do? Watch this. I'm going to place a Demon Altar here. I'm going to place Demon Altar here. And now we're facing off against the King of Spells. That's their warlocks that were the tanks. Now this is the wizards. They have kind of like an AoE. And then they have shamans, which also buff. But we still beat them because our army is so huge. Okay, so we got some cards. I don't really like any of them. So I'm going to try to reroll once since I have some extra money. And we got static again. So as you can see, here's the wizard. It's the ranged troops of the King of Spells. They cast powerful attacks at a slow rate. And that's not great. And then there's shaman, like I was saying. The shaman's buff allies attack, but is actually, I thought it's just like in general, but they target a specific unit to buff, which I don't really like. So I am actually going to go static, and we're going to buff that same stack here. So as you can see, this imp has that enchantment of static. None of the other ones do. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, what are these numbers here? These numbers is how much damage that specific tile did. So as you can see, this tile right here, these imps, probably thankfully due to the static, maybe partially due to the way that they're placed in battle, they are doing 520 damage, the most damage among all the stacks. And my demons are spawning from the Demon Altar aren't doing too much damage right now. So I am going to go ahead and apply a second stack of static on this imp. So they should do 2 damage, chaining twice. Facing off against the King of Stone, and these are those ballista. So we got to watch out. But remember, the ballista attack very slowly. I don't think they're going to get a second attack off on me. But they did kill quite a few of my imps. I don't know if you saw, but I lost about half of my units. So the question is what to take next. Doesn't really matter. I'll take the wall so you can see what it looks like. And as this is the tower event where we get to add. Let's see, what was I going to do? I think I'll place it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the wall here. As you can see now, we have a wall. If the enemy somehow destroys all of my units, then what's it called? Then they'll attack the wall, giving me a few precious seconds before they get to my pagoda. But we beat them handily, very easily. Oh, we got some good cards. So I'm going to take Offering again. Destroy target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. Okay. So I'm going to show you this one here. Overhaul. Destroy target plot to level up 2 random plots. Each use, 1 more plot is leveled up. So if I use overhaul a few times, we can level up quite a few things. So I'm going to be actually destroying the wall that I placed in the hopes that it actually levels up one of my 3 demon altars. So it'll level up 2 things. But the thing is, it could be my pagoda, it could be my cemeteries, or it could be my demon altar. So let's see. Pay close attention to where you see the level up. So it leveled up 1 cemetery and this demon altar. And you haven't seen, but I can actually here. I'm using my pagoda's ability to summon up to 21 imps. I can do that every single battle. The imps are basic imps, so I believe they're level 1 imps. Or actually it tells you. Oh, perfect. This is what I was looking for, Earthworks. So I'll grab that card. Another time for Royal Decree. We can do Gunpowder, increase the damaging range of area attacks. We don't got anyone that can do that. Fireworks, bombers have their attack range area doubled, so that's not useful. This is a really good one, Exploration. Unlock 3 new random plots, and I'm going to do that. I could re-roll it, but from the options I have here, this is pretty good. Having more plots is always very useful. So now the question is, what am I going to do? I'm very tempted. I'm tempted actually to use this on the imps so that hopefully if I get another cemetery, I can put the cemetery right in the middle. So I'm going to do that right now. That unfortunately doesn't unlock anything, but it does allow me to move my imps around. So I could actually put like smaller stacks of imps, which wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt. So you know what? I'm going to do that. So now our army's huge, facing off against the King of Nature. These archers here, they target I believe the furthest enemy. There we go. So that's the elf. Ranged sniper troop always attacks the most distant target. And then this is an enchantment. Units attacks apply 1 poison stack to the enemy. Or forest. Every year adds 2% hit points to adjacent troops. So I could put the forest in this spot right here, and it'll affect 4 different troops, each year adding 2 hit points. Is hit points on imps important? It's not great, but I'm wondering whether I should instead maybe get Poison Vial. Poison Vial and leave and just try to do full cemeteries, basically a full undead team. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do forest. Why did I do that? Okay, well, I'm going to do that, get the hit points, but you'll see why that wasn't a huge mistake. Okay, so we're going to go. As you can see over here in top left, when my units die, the demons are getting will get stronger for next battle. And I'll show you in a second, but if the enemy army gets to your pagoda, you lose 1 life. You don't actually lose immediately. So this is your tracker of lives. So I have 3 lives left. So I think what I'll do now is I am going to... I wonder if I should do static now or do this right now. I don't see any rush, so I'm going to just static this right now, get the additional 2% health for 4 stacks of enemies or stack of allies. And let's just pay attention. If I ever seem to be losing like a lot of my units, then I'll summon my imps. But I kind of want my imps to be dying to level up my demons, because as you can see, my demons are actually getting a little small, larger. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but as they become more powerful, they actually become bigger on the field. So here's an enchantment, a pretty cool one. Vampirism. Units attack heal it for 25% of the damage dealt, which really isn't a lot. It's good for like big units. So what am I going to do now? I am going to now do offering on this. Ooh, perfect. So I got 3 earthworks, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to use it on, so the question is, first, okay, I'll do it on this one for sure. There we go. And now I'll place another imp right here. Another earthworks. There we go. We're unlocking like all the spots. And should I do it again? Yeah, I should definitely do it again. But where do I want to unlock? Because if I do earthworks onto this, the demon altar will get weaker because you're placing a new demon altar, but I would unlock 2 spots instead of just 1. So I'm going to do that. There we go. So I'll get to replace my demon altar now. I'll place it up here. It doesn't really, I can place it here. It doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to place more imps. So I'll place an imp here, and the next one maybe I'll place right here since I already have a cemetery over there. Facing off against the King of Nature again. As you can see, their army's getting bigger, but my army is quite crazy still. And then we'll speed up combat now that you guys know what's happening. All right, so mycelium summons, so this is basically a building that summons fighting spores every 9 seconds, and these spores accumulate. So that's a pretty good one, although I have noticed orchards doing a lot of damage in previous runs. So I'll pick the orchard today, but right now I'm going to place this imp right here. Beautiful. Huge armies fighting off against the King of Stones. We are beating up their army. Actually, we're having a little bit of trouble right there. Whoa. We better hurry up. Those ballistas are going to shoot at us soon. As you can see, the ballista only got 1 shot that entire battle. So that's the reason why, although the ballista is very strong, like, unless you can make them shoot faster, which there are buildings that can do it, it's usually not a good idea, because they'll be good for beginning and mid game, but at the end you're going to see that you need to have the amazing DPS. What should we do now? Should we do earthworks? I'd unlock 1 spot. You know what? Let's go Trapper. And it's the tower event anyways. And I'm going to expand right here. In the hopes that I'm going to place the Trapper right here, and maybe I'll get the earthworks again, and then I'll be able to unlock two spots. So as you saw, we are losing a lot of our units. So I summoned all of my imps real quick, just to make sure. But I probably didn't need to do that. I could have stood to lose a few more. So I'm going to take offering again. And we are going to then offer up those trappers I had for one year. And as you can see here, we got overhaul. So interesting. I'm going to place the roots or the orchard only to overhaul. And what's going to happen, remember, is going to destroy the plot and it's going to level up 2 random plots. But this is my second use. So I'm going to actually level up 3 times, 3 things randomly. So pay attention to the screen to see what it levels up. Looks like it leveled up my imp, a demon altar, and maybe I can't tell. And let's see, I'm gonna level up my pagoda, facing off against the King of Nature again. Just smushing them. I feel that the King of Blood is always pretty good against the King of Nature. Okay, so speaking of which, we got elves, we got boars. Boars can be mounted by adjacent troops. For each 1 hit point it has, increase rider stats by 1%. It's an interesting if you have slow units, but I think the imps are already pretty fast. So we might do forest again. Pretty cool options. Leatherworks doubles movement speed. This is probably the one we're picking, Evil Pact. Doubles the maximum quantity of pagoda summon imps. Actually, that's not what I want. 9 free rerolls is not shabby. Our attack increase the attack speed of your towers, which is not useful. So I think I want to re-roll in the hopes maybe we get transmutation again. Oh, yes, I'm lucky. So there are some other good options. Increase the attack of all your units and towers by 30%. But remember, a fully upgraded imp will only do 3.38 damage. And what? Increasing it by 30%, that's like 1 damage. So that's not much. But if we can turn our remaining stacks of imps into level 3s, that's worth it. Look at that. All right. So now we have, so remember, they started off at stacks of 13, some of them, and now they're stacks of 39. So not only did they become more powerful, there's so many of them. So I'm going to put a forest in the middle again. I'll put it here. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. I don't particularly want the forest. I want some other type of building. And despite them being stronger, they're having problems. But I think we're okay. So the King of Spells is kind of deadly to my imps. So I need to be able to kill their tanks quickly to destroy their wizards. I don't like any of these options right here. So I could get a warlock, but I don't want that. There we go. I'm going to go static again. And we're going to keep applying it. Now here's a good question. I could do overhaul, and that should level up 4 random plots, and I believe that would level up all my remaining buildings that aren't fully leveled, which is, so basically I could level up possibly all 3 demon altars. As you can see here, look at the damage. The demons now have, I believe they started off at 50 health. They have 327 health, and they do 78 damage. I don't remember what the initial damage was. But let's do that. Let's destroy the forest. And there we go. So that's the demon altar now. Pretty cool. And look how big the demons are. Each level of the demon altar summons one demon. That's what you get for rebelling. All right. Hey, that's what I want. Cemeteries. Okay. So now we can make peace. This is the event to make peace. So if there's a specific king that you don't want to fight, like I said, King of Spells, I'm going to remove King of Spells from someone we're at war with. So now we're facing off only against the King of Stone, Nature, and the Rebellion. And later on, there will be another event where we have to go to war with a new faction. So I'm going to put this cemetery here. And basically with that here, that means every single one of my units will summon an imp to fight in its place when it dies. So that's fantastic. And watch out for the ballista, which destroys half my team. We should be okay. I don't think the ballista will have enough time to shoot. See? They had only enough time to shoot once. If they had more guys in front of them, it would have been okay. So, speaking of which, I can add ballistas to my team. I'm going to add trappers once again. And I'll put it right... I'm questioning whether I should put it somewhere else. And leave these spots, these useful spots for my imps. I don't know how many more imps I'm going to get though. So, but you know what? I'm going to place a trapper over there. I don't care about trappers. Nature again. Yep. As you can see, we eat through the boars real quick, and then the snipers have nothing on me. What are you going to do? Kill an imp that'll be raised? We don't really have good options. Like I said, I've seen the orchard do good damage. So as you can see here, we got some good options. Oh, raising. So destroy target plot forever, meaning that there's nothing can be on there, but we trigger a royal council event. So I don't know if we want that right now though. I'm not too sure what we should take right now. I kind of want more imps. Kind of want more imps. Well, we got some different options. We got the paladin, highly defensive melee troops. It starts off with only like a stack of 3. So don't think you're going to get 13 paladins for level 1. No, you're going to get 3 paladins. Same thing with thieves. Thieves are weak, very weak like the imps, and they'll jump to the enemy's backline, so they'll attack those archers. We got the lab rats, which is not something we want. I'm not too sure what we should take. I'm going to go for a reroll. And I did not get what I wanted. So I'm going to take... I don't have to buy anything if I don't want to. But I'll take the defender, I guess. So the defender is a tanker unit that doesn't attack, but reflects all damage taken. All damage taken. So I'll place it here. And we got the orchard over here. Okay, that was the money. There we go. Whoa, we lost a lot of guys right there. We lost like 300 guys from the ballistas. But the ballistas are slow. So they get that one shot, and that's it. We got a quarry, wall maker, and trapper. I'm going to keep going with units in the hope that we get another royal decree. Is that a royal? Yeah. We got a royal decree in about 4 turns. And then, as you can see here, this is actually the boss. So let's see. I'm going to go with another trapper. We'll put it here. It's my hopes that we can maybe get it one more time. As you can see, my demons are pretty huge now. But just because they're huge doesn't mean that they can't die. But Blood Rebellion has nothing on us right now. All right, we got an imp. Don't even have to think about it. All right, and we got a free expansion. So we got this corner right here and right here. I'm gonna go with here, and that's where I'm gonna put the imp. Yeah. All right. Facing off against nature again. That's right. Go hurt my imps. They'll just summon a replacement and eat you up. There we go. We got elves, boars, orchards. We'll go orchard. And we'll put the orchard right. So the question is, what are we going to do with the orchard now? Do we want to level up an existing orchard, or do we want to fill in a spot? I'm going to fill in the spot right now. Oh man. We lost a lot of guys right there. It's okay though. It helps get the demons bigger. Oh, here we go. Earthworks. Let's take a look. If I take Earthworks, yes, that's the one I wanted. That's why I placed the tanker there. Now, so we can unlock 3 random plots. We don't need to do that anymore because we're almost 5x5 right now. I'm going to use the Earthworks on this spot, pulling the defender back to my hand and unlocking the last 2 spots. We don't want to increase movement speed. That's not that useful. Enemies killed have a 10% chance to be summoned back as allies. That's not bad. I want to see if we're that lucky whether we can get transmutation one more time. Nope. Nope. Yes. So I spent a lot of money, but we're returning 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks into tier 3 imps. Look at that. And not to mention, I'm opening you up. So there. Now the question is, do I just want to place imps everywhere? Or do I want to maybe get cemeteries everywhere? I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I've never encountered this good luck. So I'm just going to stick with what I have. I'm hoping this will be okay. Man, just eat them up. Yum, 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 yum. There we go. Beautiful. Only a few more turns until the boss battle. So what are we going to do? We could get the boars. We can get the procreate. I'm going to go poison vial. And we're going to poison the guys that can do static. So hopefully when they static people, they also poison. We'll see. If you guys see poisons, I don't see poisons happening. That's weird. Now notice that despite having a huger army, the Blood Rebellion did not bad. They lasted much longer than I expected. Okay, so I'm going to take Clone. Notice that each time you purchase or reroll, the cost goes up. So I can buy exactly one more card. And there's no point re-rolling because the next card on the next page is still going to cost me, I think, 45 gold. So I don't really have that. So the question is what to do. Let's go full on static. We have no gold. So I'm going to go with a cemetery here. Right? I'm going to go cemetery in the middle. I'm going to clone the cemetery. And we'll put the last cemetery here, which affects 3. And then we're going to apply static on the guys that apply static. I should do it to another stack as well, but should be okay. I can put battle damage to show up on the screen. It does kind of slow down the game, and it kind of takes away from watching the armies fight. Okay, so my pagoda is full level. No, it's actually not max, but if you have to use your pagoda, you've lost. So, but there is a strategy where one of the perk skills, each perk point, and you put 2 perk points in it, allows you to level up your castle 3 more times. So right now the max without any points is level 3, which is level 2 right now. But if I put 2 more points into it, I can level my pagoda up to level 9, which means I could probably summon an additional 100 imps. That's not important to me right now, though. And the question is, do I want to buff my imps, or do I just want to place cemeteries everywhere? I think I'm going to start buffing them, but not right now. Actually, it probably would have been better to have at least 1 additional turn of buff, but whatever. And watch how big those demons are. Yum, 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 yum. Eaten. And now, we're going to clone one more time. So King of Stone is leading his final assault. So this is the end. This is year 33. So after 33 years, you face off against the opposing king. And this is the one turn where you get to play all your cards, or you have to play all your cards. So I'm going to do I'm going to clone a cemetery. It doesn't matter which cemetery I do, a tier 3 or tier 1. I'm only going to get 1 cemetery card. So I'm going to then place it here. And then I'm going to place the quarry here. Oh, I should have placed it right here. Actually, it doesn't matter, because this is only applying to towers. And I guess I'll procreate my strongest set of imps. And here we go. Let's see if we can defeat the boss. Remember, this is the boss that can, this is the one that has ballista. I lost half my ballistas thanks to, I lost half my units thanks to the ballistas. But as you can see, I summoned my imps in the back end. Oh man, that went by fast. But the second, I think the second shot of ballistas took out all of my imps, and I was only left with my demons. But we survived, and basically at this point we get to choose what we do next. So we're gonna continue going, and it gives you a warning basically that is in an experimental mode, and what you're gonna notice is that just the difficulty just spikes. This whole time I've just been on cruise control, and we're on a very high difficulty, but there will be a certain point where it goes from super smooth, and then you just lose, and you just lose one turn after the other. But not today. Let's put another quarry, I guess, in. I'm not sure about this, because we get to choose between peace or war. Oh, huh. Anyways, let's do the quarry. Let's level up the quarry. We'll leave that spot there. And I think we're okay. Whoa, look how big my demons are. demons are smushing. So to show you, let's just take a look. Wage war. So we can wage war against King of Greed or King of Progress. Both are bad options normally. I think King of Greed will be okay. So, what was I about to say? Okay, so in terms of damage, can I do that? Come on. No, I want to see here. Okay, so the Demon's Altar. The demons now have 1,200, at least this Demon Altar has 1,200 health, and it does 306 damage per hit. But remember, there's only 3 demons coming from this altar. This one is a little bit weaker, and this is the weakest one. It'd be nice if we can level that up. What are we going to do now? I am going to... I wonder if I should place just the Blast Imp right here. Or maybe I should Earthworks, pull up the Orchard, stack it right there, and put another Imp right there instead. We got some good options. I'm going to do the Orchard strategy. We're okay. And this is the King of Greed. You can't tell, but they have 2 different units that they're fielding. Thieves, the ones that jump into the enemy backline, but also mercenaries, which are pretty strong units, and there's a lot of them. But as you saw, we beat them back pretty easily. I guess, you know, I'll go Thief, and I will throw in right there, and Thief will go here. So this looks like a good spot to end our video. This is 9 Kings, a roguelike kingdom builder. I absolutely love it and look forward to the new kings as well as hopefully new cards, meaning more strategies to the game. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the game. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on 9 Kings, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.